security and privacy when more and more information is becoming public.
One of the nation's biggest banks has been hacked. The FBI and the Secret Service are investigating.
That data breach of the target company over the holidays was far worse than first reported.
Large organizations are under phenomenal attack from hackers.
When it comes to data security, we are not a choice. We are the only option.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Serge Meyer. I'm the founder and CEO of Cloudlynx, and we build clouds of steel. My presentation today is about the major change in the IT industry and how we address it. And let's see who is listening in from everywhere. We'll see that later on. So this change impacted my business model. And to illustrate that a little bit, I'd like to look at 3 big trends in the IT industry that I picked. So trend number 1, I'd like to call it the connected world. 26 billion connected devices, according to Gartner, by 2020. That's the number we're going to have. That's 3.5 times the world's population. And all these devices communicate, all these devices use data, but more importantly, generate data. And then for me, the second trend, big data. Let's take a number from Cisco. In 1992, according to Cisco, the world's entire internet traffic of one day could have been stored on one iPad. Well, if you want to do the same thing today, you would need 25 million iPads. Something Apple would like, but it's not going to happen. So data production is growing. But data without compute power is not enough. So that's, for me, the third big trend, computing power. Another little example, in the 60s, if you wanted to play a PlayStation game, you would have needed several million of a specific IBM computer to generate enough compute power, each such device at $64,000. So, ladies and gentlemen, we all want more data storage. We want more compute power. And the market asks for it. So how do we deliver? Well, the response, cloud computing, obviously. And as it's so obvious, I say that by 2020, 80% of the IT economy will be driven by cloud services. Cloud infrastructure are the rail tracks to provide these cloud services. And Cloudlynx is the cloud infrastructure provider to meet that enormous market demand. But we're not just another cloud provider. We are a GXP-compliant, secure public infrastructure. And to give you an idea of how powerful our services are, we use the same technology to produce, storage, and compute as does CERN in Geneva, Switzerland. Now, Cloudlynx is not a pure startup. Cloudlynx is a spin-off of the Datalynx Group. The Datalynx Group has been in business since 1996, and we are specialized in pharma IT. We're coming from Basel, so probably some of you know Novartis, Roche, with a special focus on compliance. The group really sees the revenue potential of the cloud. And that is the reason why we started our own project, Cloudlynx, in 2012. So how do we make money? How does Cloudlynx make money? Well, we reduce the IT cost by 30 to 60% for our customers. And in addition, we give them a competitive advantage in 3 other areas: flexibility, scalability, and speed to market. That is what we get paid for. Now, these efficiency gains and these cost savings, of course, are the driver behind the change that we see in the IT world and the huge market growth of cloud computing. And of course, cloud computing makes IT more efficient. As another example, let's say you want to do genome analysis. We heard it this morning a little bit. In order to find a cure for cancer, scientists need massive amounts of data, but they have to basically process it and store it in a very flexible way when and where they want it. That can be very expensive with traditional IT. Cloudlynx offers here a much more flexible way of doing this job at a much, much better price. But as you have seen in the movie, there's a big issue: trust. Our customer asks, is my data secure? Is my data compliant? Is my provider subject to the NSA? In which country is my data? Well, with our expertise in security and compliance, I can tell you we're safer than a bank. Let me explain why. The first release of our cloud is in operation since October this year, located in 3 separate data centers in Switzerland only. All data traffic between the data centers is encrypted. We could even lose one full data center and we'd still be operational. But IT security is not everything. There's another aspect. Cloudlynx is not subject to US jurisdiction. And we're not subject to, let's say, legal NSA data tapping. In contrast, we offer something else. We don't tell customers, well, you have to trust us. We tell them, come and verify. We offer on-site audits so that our customers can verify compliance at any time. Something our competitors like Amazon, Google, HP do not offer. And that is a competitive advantage. An advantage we use for our growth strategy. Now, talking about growth, there are 2 entry points. Entry point number 1, we leverage the intensive relationship of our group companies with their direct customers that we already have. Entry point number 2, with an exclusive sales force, we basically have access to resellers and value-added distributors who do want to resell our cloud. So the more infrastructure we have, the bigger our market share. And the more money we have available, the more we can grow. But there's another important element. Customers outside the US are more and more cautious where their data is and under which jurisdiction they operate. Cloudlynx, benefiting from the international locations of the Datalynx group, is going to offer local clouds with single country jurisdiction. Our customers can choose to store their data where they want and to move their data from one location to another. So what does this mean for our growth expectations? I'd like to share with you the revenue forecast we have. We grow aggressively. We grow aggressively because we have the knowledge, we have the geographic reach, the passionate people, and we have the business expertise and commitment of our existing and future investors. So, in summarizing, 80% of the economy, I predict, of the IT economy, will be driven by cloud services. The way we procure, supply, use IT is going to change. And change is always opportunity. That's why Cloudlynx is here. We are ready to be the leading European cloud provider, the only one who can build clouds of steel. Be part of it. Thank you very much.